going on now. You guys will be the beginning of the next, you guys are the front of the line for the next session. And I imagine it'll be maybe 10 or 15 minutes from this point, depending on how many questions I have.
No question. Bears eat people. That's it.
Can I answer questions for you in the meantime? You all going back today? You all flying back today? Yeah. So one thing you'll want to know is what you're going to do is you're going to stay here and you're going to have your bear orientation here. They're going to give you a little pin that says you've graduated. Congratulations. If you ordered lunch, you're going to want to get that from Brooks Lodge, which is right up the road that way after you get your orientation pin. Something that's really important is that there's no food allowed on the trails. There's no food allowed on the platforms. So you can eat in designated areas like that picnic area right there. But once you get to the other side of the bridge, which is where the bear viewing platforms are, you will not have an opportunity to eat. So as you think about your day, if you're really hungry, you might want to eat before you go across the bridge. If you're really eager to see bears, you might want to go across the bridge and then pick up your lunch and come back here and eat. A couple other things to know. Have you heard about bear jams?
Yeah.
Okay. So some people have, some people haven't. You are, like I said, to get to the viewing platforms, you're going to cross a bridge, and that bridge is open as long as there's not a bear within 50 yards of the bridge. And I tried to go across the bridge this morning, and there was a big fluffy bear sitting right on the bridge, right on the bridge gate. So if there is a bear nearby, what happens is they're going to close the bridge. I'm going to ask you to wait here unless you've had your bear orientation. Do you need to use the restroom? Yes. Now would be a good time. It's right by
Sorry.
Got a spot on the bench over here still.
So they're not.
Help people find a seat, or if you're comfortable standing.
Have a seat.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, again for your patience and for shifting around in here. Welcome to Brooks Camp in the heart of Katmai National Park. We have a really unique place here where we're crazy enough to have humans living side by side with bears. And we're proud that we have had a pretty good track record. It's been over 30 years since a bear has learned such bad habits that we've had to put it down for people's safety. That's 30 years of thousands of visitors following the rules that keep bears from learning that humans mean food and fun. So I have a 10-minute video for you. After that, I'll come in and talk with you about some situations you may encounter here at Brooks Camp. We do have some other language sheets if anyone speaks a different language and would like to read along in their language. Okay. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Welcome to the Brooks River in Katmai National Park, one of the greatest wildlife gathering places on Earth. It's a severe but spectacular environment. When you visit here, if you visit respectfully, you become an honorary member of this community of wild creatures. The best known inhabitants are the brown bears, a large form of the grizzly. Each summer they come to Brooks to feed on the runs of sockeye and other salmon moving upstream from the Bering Sea to spawn. Thanks to the rich salmon diet, a male brown bear may reach 1,000 pounds or more. The falls are the best place to feed. But a female with cubs often settles for a spot downstream. She needs salmon to regain weight lost in hibernation and nursing. But the male bears at the falls pose a serious threat. Given a chance, they may attack and eat her cubs. At the falls, disputes over fishing spots may erupt into clawing and biting, but more often are worked out by a complex code of body language. A good day's catch is 10 salmon, or 20 or 30 at the peak of the run. Fattening up on these calorie-rich fish is vital for the bear, which has lost up to 40% of its weight in hibernation. So Brooks belongs first of all to the bears and other wildlife. As visitors, we need to let them be wild and watch out for our own safety. The viewing platforms near the river mouth and the falls are the only places where
Of the falls until August. So keep an eye, don't rest things up there, because if they fall, we can't go retrieve them. So when you leave this room, if you're like most people, you're going to want to head this way. That will take you past the lodge. The lodge is where you'll check in for your flight later. It's where there's a restaurant. If you keep going, you'll encounter the bridge across the river. At this bridge, there are rangers on either side who may give you instructions to please stop or move somewhere with them. That's because they're hearing on the radio where bears have been seen and want to keep people away from any surprise close encounters with bears. So please listen to ranger instructions there. Sometimes the bridge closes because bears are close to it, so bear that in mind in your planning. It's an opportunity to do some more bear viewing on your way through the park. If you keep going, about half a mile up, you'll see a pit toilet trailhead that takes you to the falls platform. It has a limit of 40 people, so they'll put your name down like on a list at a restaurant, and there's other platforms around to watch and enjoy while you wait for your turn. While you walk, especially along trails, wooded areas, areas where you can't see very well, please make some noise. That way you don't surprise a bear. Bears are very quiet. It's easy to not see them in the woods, so we try to warn them that humans are coming through by talking. In the video, they're very extravagant. They shout, they clap. You don't have to scare away the bears. A normal conversation, as you would have with a friend, is enough to let the bears know you're there. When you do see the bear, how far away do you have to stay from it? 50 yards. Yeah. In the video, they mention 100 for cubs. We have gotten rid of that rule to simplify things. It's just a flat 50 yards. If you're wondering, Ranger Darcy, I don't know what 50 yards looks like. Take a look out this window. We have a plywood bear here. It is about 50 yards from this visitor center. So have a sense of what it means to walk this close to a bear and go no further. Some bears you may want to give more room if they are showing any signs of stress, if they seem agitated, if they're yawning, if they're huffing or making any sound. Give them more space. You don't have to go within 50 yards of the bear. You can give them as much as they need. Sometimes when you're walking down the trails, you'll discover that the bears also use the trails. Like humans, it's easier to walk on a trail than through the trees. Remember, they might come from in front or behind you. Sometimes they may even be running. They're probably not running after you. They're probably running down the trail away from a bigger bear. So also keep an eye out for the second bear. If you have trees on all sides, maybe you can't get 50 yards away from that bear that's running down the trail towards you. All you do is turn 90 degrees, step off of the trail, and most of the time the bear will keep running right past you. On the off chance that that bear stops and doesn't walk right past you, they might turn and start kind of investigating. We have some juvenile bears right now. They like to test boundaries, see what they can get away with, see what people will do. So if you do have a bear turn, investigate you, stand your ground, don't run. Running may trigger the urge to chase, just like your pet cat playing with a toy. So stay where you are. It's time to make some noise. Shout at the bear, stuff your feet. And that's usually enough to make that bear turn and keep going as well. Let's see. Is anyone doing any fishing while you're here? Okay. If you do, come and we'll give you some regulations. I think that's all I have. If you have any questions, feel free to hang out in the visitor center afterwards and ask them. If not, I have your bear pins. They are irreplaceable. You only get one. They're proof you came to bear school. And this year they say 100 because it's our 100th birthday as a park. So thank you for coming. Have a good trip. I'll hand these out.
Thanks, Darcy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Keep them?
lunches are just right here in the food pack. Sandwiches, so there's gonna be like some chips, sandwiches.
Okay.
Past bear school.
Past bear school? No. It's pretty much a pass-fail, pass, no fail. Nobody ever fails. So I'll show you where the lunches are. We will want to be back here by... Cole, what time are you having your folks gather?
Yeah, so 3:30, try to make your way across the bridge. What time? They get on snack. That's fine.
Well, I mean, we're supposed to be here 4 hours total, so 2:30. Let's make it 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Yep. So be back here. Try to be back across the bridge by 2:30. Back here at 3 here or the airplane at 3 o'clock. I'll show you where your lunch is. Cash. You can grab them out anytime you want. The lunch area is right there, that covered area right there. And there's water down in the bottom underneath the lunch boxes. And there's stuff on the side. Yeah. So if you eat lunch when you want, if I don't see it, I'll probably, because we saw the bears on the beach here, I'm probably not going to go across the bridge. Stick on my side of the airplane. But I'll probably wander down by the bridge and meet you down there around. But the plane won't move, generally, unless we end up, with a bear jam and you have to go up and I'll meet you over there. Yes?
Well, you gotta.
Shall we go?
I'm going to go to the washroom.
Oh, good idea. My bladder's refilled again.
I'm going to go to the washroom after this guy.